My name is Ruby Powder, and I'm here to talk about self-harm and my journey with it. So for as long as I can remember, I always wondered who I was. I always wondered what other people thought of themselves because I felt like I didn't understand myself. I started self-harming when I was about 12 years old. I remember feeling like I had nobody to talk to, even though I had two parents who were very loving. I had 3 siblings who I was very close with. I had lots of friends at school. I was very popular, I was well liked. I was the type of person who always tried to make everyone else feel happy. I always tried to make everyone laugh. And somehow I always felt like there was something wrong with me and I was doing something wrong. Growing up, I felt very unstable. I felt like I couldn't talk to my mom, and I felt like I couldn't talk to my dad. I felt often that I would be shamed if I did open my mouth and I did speak up. I felt like I maybe wouldn't be believed. I felt like what I had to say was not worth it. And so I decided to keep my mouth shut, and I decided to bottle everything up and keep everything inside. And I thought that was the best thing for me. I thought if I just stay quiet and I keep myself in this little box, I'll be okay. But that was not okay. See, as people, as humans, we need to talk about our things. We need to get out our emotions before they take us out. As I got older, I developed more ways of harming myself. There was a long time in my life where I was not able to look at myself in the mirror. There were many ways that I self-harmed growing up. When I was about 12, I started with cutting. As I got older, I added to the list. I added alcohol. I added having sex with random people. I added excessive money spending, and I added overeating and starving myself. Self-harm doesn't always look like someone cutting their wrists and crying all the time. For me, it looked like I was the life of the party, and I was the one who made everyone happy, but at the same time, I was screaming on the inside, and I just wanted somebody to ask me if I was okay. When I was about 16, I started really acting out. I had nobody to talk to. I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone, especially my parents. And I would often lie and sneak around about who I was with, where I was going, what I was doing. I hung out with the wrong crowd because I felt like I didn't deserve anybody better. I can now look back and I can see points in my life where I was experiencing depressive episodes and mania. When I was 18, I went into treatment for mental health because I planned to take my life. So when I was 19, I went away for treatment. When I was there, I learned that I had to heal my inner child and my inner teen. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought we grow up, we move past that, and we don't talk about it. But I found myself having to talk about that. You need to get out your emotions before they take you out, because they will. While in therapy, I was given an analogy to talk to myself the way that I would talk to a loved one. And I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know that we as humans had to tell ourselves the words that we needed to hear. It's getting it out of your brain and speaking it into existence is where the power comes from. And all of those words that I was craving, I said them to myself, and it got easier. Now that I'm older, now that I have more experience under my belt, I take the time during the day to look at myself in the mirror to make eye contact with that 16-year-old girl who couldn't look at herself because she was so ashamed. And I take the time out of my day every single day to look her in the eye and say, I love you, and you are enough, and you are worth fighting for. You are sacred, and you are important, you are brave, and you are so strong. And I tell myself every day, I am proud of you for being here.